Good afternoon, Run Venture fans. It's Colin. I'm just going to do another quick shoe review. Nothing too complicated, just to show you what's out there. Today we're going to look at the Scott Supertrac Ultra RC. Nice shoe, very bright. Obviously Scott's general colours, yellow and black. They do come in other colours, although I've got all these in stock. What's good about this shoe? So first of all, it's a trail shoe. It's fairly on the heavy side for some sort of trail shoe. It's not a shoe I would run a 5k flat out in, but on that, weight wise, it means it's very, very durable. We'll start with the sole. The sole, as you can see, really aggressive, multi-directional lug. So these for going downhill braking, these for biting on the uphill. You won't be able to see this particularly on this video, but the outside ones here are ever so slightly longer than the inside ones. So if you're in the mud and it sinks in, the whole sole comes into play. If you're on harder rocky surface, then the outside lugs come to play. You can also see on these lugs here, they've got a groove inside them, each one. The idea being on those is that, same as a tyre, gets on wet rock, obviously water in there, it stops shearing across the rocks. It's quite cool. If you happen to run on road, because obviously if you're trail running, there's going to be some times where you have to go along a lane on a road, coastal path, there might be a bit of road to go on. This is fine. The actual cleat pattern here, the lugs actually sort of collapse. There's enough sort of surface area on them to stick to the rock, etc., but not so much that it comes through and digs through. The other thing about this is that you're not going to feel any sort of lugs coming through because of the thickness here of the midsole. 8mm heel to toe drop. It's got like a drop off, so it comes, it's flat and then sort of drops off to enable that when you run through transition, it puts you more onto your forefoot for takeoff. Other significant things, toe box on the front here. Don't know if you can hard that, and that is very, very hard. Double-edged sword on that. Obviously, nasty things hit it. Great, you don't feel it. However, if you get the wrong size or your feet aren't designed for this, when it comes forward, that obviously is as hard on the inside as on the out, so be careful, make sure you get the right fit because of the toes. The upper here is a one-piece upper. It's very hard wearing. It's fairly coarse on the outside, obviously soft on the inside. It's water repellent. It's not waterproof. Those who know me know I can't stand waterproof shoes. They're only as waterproof as they are tall. If you go through a river and water gets in, water can't get out, then you end up with trench foot. Lovely. So it is water repellent. Water beads off it a little bit, but I have soaked these in the river and they're fine. I've had a pair of these when they first came out. I've done everything in them. I've done about 700 miles, and other than them starting to stink and the sole's starting to wear a little bit, they're still strong. There's no splits or anything like that. Couple of things I would change on it if I was talking to the Scott manufacturers. I would put an extra hole in. It is supposed to be for a longer distance comfort shoe, so it needs to be able to slip on and off. I get that. However, I do like a little bit more of a fit around here. But if it fits, it's fine. The tongue is not stitched in. That's something I also would change because it can have a tendency to move unless you lace it up properly. I've had no experience with that, but I know that is one of the feedback features. The toe box, this is a ladies one just because that's the one I can find on the shelf. Toe box is fairly generous. It does go to a little bit of a point, but again, even with my fat feet, I don't have any problems with that. They do come up true to size. I'm a 9.5. I'm a 9.5 in this, so there's no worries about getting the right size. The footbed, I like it. Some people say it's a little bit coarse, but wearing a pair of socks, so it doesn't really matter. It is one of our best selling trail shoes because it does everything. You can run across Dartmoor, you can do the Dartmoor 600s in it, you can run on the coastal path with it, you can run around the trails on it, you can run on the road in it. Obviously I wouldn't recommend doing a road half in it, but it's fine if you've got a bit of there. But yes, like most of the feedback is, it is very, very, very durable. I've done, what it is, the Cousin Jack, Dave's race buys Viking events. I did the Ultra on this, which is 30 odd miles in a pair of these, which is a lot of mud and a lot of coastal path and a lot of wet rock and some road. No problem with it. I've also done a Dartmoor 600. also in it. What else have I done? I've done Dartmoor Crossing, 30 odd miles in a pair. It's a really good shoe, very universal, and it's not something you probably need an out and out fell shoe and then a trail shoe and then a road shoe to cover all sort of distance. You can do virtually everything. Really nice shoe, really popular with our runners. Those who've got on the feet won't change, and exceptionally well made. Okay, any other questions, just pop me a message. Speak soon and mind how you run.